It was Halloween evening, but this wasn't just any Halloween. The weather was cold and cloudy, with rain looming in the forecast, leaving the streets eerily quiet. My mom, obsessed with decorating the house, insisted that the lack of visitors was due to insufficient decorations. She sent me to the attic to fetch more containers. I climbed the ladder to the dimly lit attic, where the storage boxes were neatly arranged. As I opened one of the containers, I heard the creak of wood breaking in the far corner. My breath caught in my throat, but I convinced myself it was just the natural sound of an old attic. That night, as I played in my room, the sound repeated, this time directly above me. Ignoring it at first, my heart sank when I later saw the attic door ajar. I woke my dad immediately. After gathering himself, he quietly went to check and returned whispering, "I saw someone climbing into the attic." He locked the door and called the police. When the police arrived, they stormed into the attic and found a filthy, scary-looking man hiding behind the boxes. He admitted he had entered the house through an open door earlier that day and had been living in the attic, eating our food and using our blankets. Later that month, I hosted a party at my house. Despite strict rules about not inviting strangers, a mysterious man in a skeleton bodysuit appeared. He seemed older than the crowd, and when I questioned him, he gave a fake name before leaving abruptly. Later that night, as I cleaned up, I heard noises from my parents' room. When I peeked inside, I saw him, the same man in the skeleton suit, hiding in their closet where the safe was. I closed the door quietly and alerted the police. Unfortunately, he escaped before they arrived. The following year, during Halloween, another intruder showed up. This time, it was a man wearing a clown mask, lurking in our backyard. He suddenly charged at us, forcing us to lock ourselves inside. That night, the power went out unexpectedly. When I went to check the generator in the backyard with my girlfriend, we spotted the clown man lurking by the shed. He sprinted toward us, and we barely made it back inside. Later, we heard footsteps in the basement. With nowhere else to go, we hid behind the bar. I grabbed an empty bottle, ready to defend us if necessary. Minutes later, the police arrived, but the man escaped again. The man was never caught, but that night changed me forever. To this day, I can't stay in the basement alone without feeling anxious. Looking up and seeing that clown mask staring at me remains one of the most haunting memories of my life. Halloween may be fun for some, but for others, it becomes the stuff of nightmares. Always beware of strangers, especially those who hide behind masks.